Dreamers and campers, we have made it. We are at 2003's Freddy vs. Jason, directed by Ronny Yu. As a horror fan, I didn't think this movie was ever going to be made. And when it started to really develop, I was stunned, and I didn't think it would actually come to fruition. But in 2003, we got it. And we'll get right into it today because it's a bit of a banger. I really enjoyed this one. Freddy has been forgotten on Elm Street and in Springwood. Nobody remembers him. Parents have worked very hard to make sure their kids know nothing about him, or the ones that do get locked up in Weston Hills and they're fed a drug called Hypnosil to suppress their dreams and obviously their nightmares. Because of this, Freddy decides he is going to resurrect Jason Voorhees and send him to Elm Street for the sole purpose of wreaking havoc on these teenagers and hoping like hell that somebody resurrects the idea of Freddy. All you have to do is just get that little germ of an idea and watch it spread like wildfire amongst these kids. That's the goal, that's the hope, and that's how we start the movie off. Now, the opening was really cool because we see that even in Jason's dreams, he is chasing after these teenage kids. The girl with a big rack is running through the woods. Jason's after her. And that is just typical, perfect horror movie fare. That's what Friday the 13th is. And that's how we get started. The next thing we see after the title screen is Jason walking down, and the sign that says Elm Street right behind him. It's such a surreal sight. The cast in this movie is a fun one. Monica Keena is our final girl. I don't know much about her. I think she was in Dawson's Creek, but she does a really good job here. She looks the part. She's ferocious. And there's some very memorable scenes with her in this movie. So overall, I think she's better than average as final girl. Jason Ritter plays her boyfriend who's been locked up in Weston Hills. He escapes because he figures she's in trouble when he sees their house on the news. Not bad. Not a bad cast. Minor complaints. Kane Hodder is not Jason Voorhees in this movie. I don't remember exactly what the story was. I think they wanted him, but they couldn't get him, or they decided they wanted their own identity maybe. They wanted to have their own Jason Voorhees, and they just didn't want to bring him back in. Really silly for me. I mean, if you're going to have Robert Englund, who is the Freddy Krueger, then you should really have Kane Hodder in that role. I mean, if you're going to have these guys face off, you have these guys face off. So the dynamic of what's going on between Freddy and Jason is very simple. Freddy just wants Jason to cause enough carnage to resurrect his memory in these kids' minds. But Jason just starts killing everybody. And Jason really irritates Freddy. I mean, Freddy views those as his children. And Freddy gets pissed. And Freddy decides, well, I'm going to sneak into one of your dreams. I'm going to cause you a little bit of havoc. So the best parts of this movie, as you'd probably be able to guess, are the battles between these two iconic killers, one of which happens in Jason's mind, and then Monica Keena's character eventually figures out that she can pull Freddy out of her dream, and when she does it in a burning cabin with Jason standing over them, we have a epic face-off and showdown. Very cool, very bloody, the kind of carnage that you were hoping for when they announced this movie. I mean, that's what we get here. Obviously, if you've got a movie with Freddy and Jason in it, you're going to have a high body count, and we have 22 kills in this movie. Surprisingly, I believe Freddy is only responsible for one of those, and I thought that was kind of an interesting stat on this movie. Overall, this film ages gracefully. This is exactly what it should be. It's just goofy. It's fun. It doesn't take itself too seriously, and I think it's an enjoyable watch. I think if you haven't seen it, you should give it a look, and if you're a horror movie fan, you've probably seen this movie a couple of times. But my opinion, I give it a 6.5 out of 10. It's what you want in a matchup with these two iconic characters. Now, check it out. You'll enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, you can cuss at me and root for the Dolphins to lose on Sunday, which probably won't happen. But anyways, that's it. That's all. I'll see you fine folks on the other side.